Rome, the birthplace of pizza, the home of the Colosseum, the Pantheon, and McDonald's.
London, where you'll find top-notch fish and chips, breathtaking landmarks like Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, and McDonald's.
We're Jen and Ryan from Everest Travels, and in today's video, we're going to take you to two of the top culinary destinations in all of Europe.
And give you a sneak peek inside their most popular McDonald's.
Okay, we know what you're thinking. Why would you go all the way to Europe just to eat at McDonald's?
And honestly, you're not wrong.
We get it. When you're surrounded by Rome's pastas, pastries, and gelatos,
Or London's sausage rolls, pub fare, and afternoon tea, it may not make sense.
but sometimes when you're out with kids who are on the verge of a meltdown or looking for a fast, affordable, and familiar option, the Golden Arches become a universal beacon to draw you in.
We're going to have a look at a McDonald's found only a few feet from the Spanish Steps.
And one in the heart of London, near the busy and bustling Leicester Square.
We'll be having a look at everything you think about when going to McDonald's: the atmosphere, service quality, food, cleanliness, value for price, and of course the overall dining experience.
And we'll decide which country has the best culinary experience at McDonald's.
Before we begin, leave a like and let us know in the comments who you think will come out on top.
Let's start in Rome. Located in Piazza di Spagna, the world's fanciest McDonald's is just steps away from the Spanish Steps. It opened in 1984 and is Italy's first ever McDonald's location.
You enter in through the McCafe doors, and it looks like a regular McDonald's, but the further back you go, the cooler and more themed it becomes. They really do try to make the building fit the elegance of the city, with flares of Rome's classic architecture found throughout, even some cool statues.
But it's when you reach the top of the stairs, you are welcomed by a beautiful mix of old and new, with the arches lit up with spotlights, this colorful seating, and these touchscreen table tablets.
Each booth has interesting artwork and artifacts, and it's cool.
For atmosphere, we'll give it 8 McNuggets out of 10.
As for service, you order your meal from one of the many touchscreen self-ordering kiosks, or you can go right up to the booth if you know how to speak Italian. If not, stick with that self-ordering kiosk. You can change the language on that. Once your food is ready, you can go up to the desk and pick it up.
So here there's a couple of different pickup spots. The receipt that we have says go to Area 1. So let's go find that. And here we are.
If you've been to a McDonald's before, you know how it goes. But what they don't tell you is if you order a McBeer, you'll need to go to another section to get them to pop the top. Maybe it's one of the locals, but it took us as a foreigner a few minutes to figure out, and I sat there with an unopened beer. For service quality, 7 McNuggets out of 10.
The most fun thing about visiting McDonald's in another country is discovering all the different menu items you can't find at home.
And here we are with our Italian McDonald's haul. We've got our crispy McBacons over here. One of these is the pierogies. One of these is the chicken wings, Happy Meal, apples, another crispy McBacon, and of course that Hot Devil's hot sauce, banana milkshake. Ready to dig in and crack open that beer. Let's try the banana milkshake. Very banana-y, but also very sweet, so it doesn't feel... Sometimes banana flavor can be medicine tasting. This is more medicine tasting than natural tasting.
Let me try that. Oh yeah, it's like banana medicine.
Banana medicine is my favorite medicine. Have a look at the McCrispy. Got some orange sauce. It looks like mac sauce. 2 patties and 1 strip of bacon. This kind of seems like it's oddly placed down the middle.
I just took my first bite of the McCrispy bacon. I'm not gonna lie, I'm finding it kind of dry. What do you think?
I think so too. Let's try the Hot Devil hot sauce out. See how hot it is. It's not that hot. It's a little sweet. It's got a habanero flavoring to it. So if habaneros are too hot for you, then maybe stay away. But it's not like intensity of a habanero. It's quite odd drinking a beer at McDonald's. When in Rome, you do as the Romans do, and that's to drink beer at your local Mickey D's.
So we ordered two special snacks that are, I think you can only get here. So let's check out what this one is. Oh, these were the what are they called?
Panzerottis.
Yes, the panzerottis with mozzarella inside. These are so cute. I can't. These are actually so cute.
Definitely a sweet Panzerotti dough.
Yeah, it's nice. It's actually not that bad.
The Panzerottis are definitely a hit. Totally recommend these if you're going to McDonald's in Rome. Checking out the second snack that we got. We got some chicken wings.
These
No
look
flavor advertised on them, but
kind of good.
yeah, they got some good crisp on them. I think the best way I can describe this is it looks better than it tastes.
They're not that bad. That's what I'm saying.
I've had worse wings, especially
I've
at fast
had-
food joints like McDonald's. I've never had wings at McDonald's,
That's exactly.
but I've had worse wings at places like this.
I agree.
So it gets a pass.
Overall, we'd give the food 8 out of 10 McNuggets. It was a pretty standard McDonald's experience, but the fanciness of the world's fanciest McDonald's really did elevate everything, which made us not totally regret eating fast food when we're steps away from some of the best tasting pasta dishes in the whole wide world.
Before we get into cleanliness, we have to mention this was our experience at this particular McDonald's, and this may not be your experience when you visit. But this McDonald's was so clean. We were there in the evening around 6:30 p.m. and it was kind of empty. I believe the cleaners were just in because the place was spotless. I went to the bathroom before eating and that place was super clean as well.
Overall, we'd give it 8 chicken McNuggets out of 10, and it was so clean we'd probably eat those 8 chicken McNuggets out of the toilet. Okay, maybe not.
Okay,
no,
okay,
no,
that's
no,
okay,
that's a little
okay, that's-
excessive.
That's a little too far. For our meal, we paid over 32 euros, which is about 28 pounds, $51.46 Canadian, and $37.27 USD. While the meal was good, this was kind of a pricey McDonald's experience. Maybe you were paying for the statues and the cool arches, but this was a little pricey, especially when converting it to Canadian dollars. For value of price, I'll give it 4 chicken nuggets out of 10.
On the screen is the total score for the McDonald's dining experience in Rome, the world's fanciest McDonald's. But does the fanciest McDonald's hold a candle to a McDonald's in the heart of London? Let's check it out.
The McDonald's we checked out in London was at Leicester Square. It's 10 years older than its Roman counterpart, opening in 1974. But it's also in a busy tourist location just 10 minutes away from Chinatown and a few steps away from the Lego store.
We're outside of McDonald's at Leicester Square, Piccadilly Circus here in London, and today we're going to find out what a UK McDonald's is like.
Let's go check it out.
Because of its location, you can only imagine how busy it was in there, and we were surprised by how small it was when we first entered. It did look like most McDonald's you see in North America. It was clean, modern vibe with inspirational quotes on the wall. There were 2 floors, and they were able to pack a lot of seating options there, like these cool bleachers that we ended up sitting on. It wasn't that comfortable, to be honest.
There's also an outdoor dining option too, which is great for those warm English days. For this McDonald's, we'll give it 6 chicken nuggets out of 10.
In this location, you can go right up to the counter and order with the person standing there. If you do speak English as a first language, it will be easier for you because they speak English in England. Or, just like its Roman counterpart, in this McDonald's, you can order your food from an electronic kiosk and then pick your food up at the counter. Overall, we'd give it a 7 chicken McNuggets out of 10.
So we have our Happy Meal, our 5-pound meal, our McFlurry, and then our McRib meal for a total of £17.49. There's the British fans that we were talking about. Definitely a different hue of orange. The chicken here is also more chickeny. It feels more real. It's definitely crispier.
I got a McRib. I have no idea what it tastes like. Okay. It really is just like a rib barbecue sauce. Let's see how this tastes.
Looks disgusting.
It doesn't really look that cute, and the taste is pretty basic. It really is just a rib, the boneless rib with barbecue sauce.
And then the cheeseburger is just a regular cheeseburger, no muss, no fuss about it. Time now for the Galaxy McFlurry. I'll be honest, it does not look too appetizing. Caramel and just little chocolate bits already melted. Let's try it out.
Outside of the Galaxy Caramel Mini McFlurry, there wasn't anything that stood out that was purely local, kind of like the McPanzerotti over in Italy. But that McFlurry was really good. So, food, 7 McNuggets out of 10.
I was kind of surprised by this, but this McDonald's location was pretty tidy for being such a busy area. There were constantly people cleaning after each customers were done, and garbages were always being changed and checked on and replaced. Even the bathrooms were clean as well.
For cleanliness, 7 McNuggets out of 10.
For our meal, we paid 17.5 pounds, which is over 20 euros, around $32.11 Canadian, and $23.30 USD.
For 3 meals and a dessert in such a busy area where prices in other places are often inflated, this was pretty reasonable. So, for the value of the price, we'd give it 8 McNuggets out of 10. Alright, let's have a look at the final score for the London McDonald's and our McDonald's Battle McRoyale. Overall, good outings from the London counterpart, but is it enough to overtake Italy?
And look at that. Both McDonald's locations ended up with the same score, a solid 7 out of 10.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and let us know in the comments what your favorite international McDonald's menu item is.